My name is Ken Ludwig. I am the host of What We're Thinking About on the Co-Creator Network. I am an inspirational speaker. I am a teacher, a motivator. More than anything else, I'm a spiritual counselor. What happened in my life to lead me to this point really is what I always refer to as the second pivotal point in my existence. The first pivotal point, of course, was birth. The second pivotal point was sobriety, which happened more than 21 years ago. I'm a child of the 60s. I came of age during the summer of love, and I was thoroughly ensconced in the paradigm of the day, the sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle. And I was certainly a full-blooded participant in that, and I really consider myself very lucky to have made it out alive. Well, there's a period in my life where I was consuming 2 bottles of vodka a day. And when you're consuming 2 bottles of vodka a day, you really need to accompany that with quite a few stimulants just so you can stay awake to drink 2 bottles of vodka a day. At that particular point in my life, I was surviving any way I could. My main ingredients to my entire existence were my vodka, my cigarettes, and the stimulants that I needed. And I came to a point where I had legal problems, where there was an intervention by the authorities that facilitated my moving in a different direction. And it really was very much about staying out of prison. But I wound up in a program that required me to attend AA meetings, required me to attend what we always referred to as the DUI classes, which were the classes that you took when you had been caught drinking and driving. And between those two entities, if you will, between the AA class, the AA meetings and the DUI classes, I came to understand that there was a better way of life than the life I was leading.
Now, at that time, did you understand what a spiritual counselor or whatever was, and what would you have done if you had been exposed to someone such as that?
At that particular point in my life, I wouldn't have known what a spiritual counselor was. I wouldn't have even known what the meaning of the words was. And I think if someone had approached me from that particular standpoint, what I understand now around those particular ideas, I don't think I would have paid any attention whatsoever. But what I was clear on was that I was moving in a different direction, that things were opening up. I always joke about the fact that about 10 days into being sober, it was like somebody turned on the lights. I lived in a realm where I was rarely really totally incapacitated, but I totally lived in an absolute fog. I lived in another dimension where I really didn't comprehend all that was going on around me at any given time. Yeah. And I clearly knew once I got sober that I was moving in a totally different realm of life, a whole totally different direction for myself, for whatever I was going to do next. If someone was in the same position that I was then at this point in my life, if they came to me, I would tell them point blank that the avenue they're walking down right now is a dead-end street, that there is no exit. No one gets out alive from alcoholism and abuse and from addiction. The vast majority of untreated alcoholism is always one thing, and that's fatal. So there really is a choice to be made. Do you want to continue down the path you're on, or do you want to continue down a more life-affirming path and move in a direction where you can be a choice to decide what you're going to do on any given moment of any given day besides have your next drink or your next drug or whatever it is that you're addicted to?